sing, girls?
Good morning, Mrs. Watson.
Thank you. We're going to be reviewing our letters by putting these words into the pocket of ABCs. So if you pick a volcano, volcano would go in the letter V. So I'm going to have some friends line up behind this chair. I'm going to call which friends first? I'll call this half the class, Oakley, Michaelia, Avery, and Thea. Come line up first. Okay, you're going to do a wagon. Wagon starts with W. And can you also do the zoo? We'll give you two each. Zoo starts with Z. The Z. Yeah. And you're going to do a yak. What does yak start with, Michaelia? Y. And can you do a sun? Sun starts with S. And you're going to do umbrella. Umbrella starts with U. Can you do an X-ray, Avery? X-ray starts with X. And Thea, you're going to do a turtle. Turtle starts with T. And can you do a pig? Pa. Where's our P, piggy? All right, if you didn't have a turn, come line up behind the chair. Say all of them that we put in here. Apple, a. Then we have cookie, ka. Duck, da. Fox, fa. Go, ga. Ha. Igloo, I. Nothing. King, ka. Lion, la. Necklace, na. Pig, pa. Sad, turtle, ta. Umbrella, a. Volcano, va. Wagon, wa. X-ray, x. Yak, ya. Zoo, za. Do you know these letter sounds? I know you guys do. You guys are doing awesome. I'm going to put some of our letter sounds together and have you guys sound it out. What if I do pa, I, ga, pa, ig, pig? Or if I do ra, at, rat. Good. And maybe one more. Ma, Mom. Oh, you guys are so good. Today's letter that we're doing is big capital I. We're going to add it to our LTFHD to make an I. It's nice and straight. A little cross on the top and a little cross on the bottom. And the little I is down and a dot. And it looks like your I. The first song we're going to sing for our I Day is our favorite Indian song. Go, my son, I need you sitting crisscross like Indians. Good. You try it, Avery. Try. Like this. Yeah, like this. Good. Mahita. Pai.
As you hear this legend, remember that these things are true. And when you remember the goodness of the Great Spirit to our people, remember that His promise to our ancient father is also a promise to you.
Go to school.
Walk tall before Him.
Teach the children. That's you guys.
Lift your people up with you. Remember.
Go, my son, go and climb the ladder. Go, my son, go and earn your feather. Go, my son, make your people proud of you. Everyone work hard, make this work. Work, my son, get an education. Work, my son, learn a good vocation. Climb, my son, go and take a lofty view. From on the
Indians. Really good. I have a story I'd like to read you. It's called Miss Pig-a-Wiggle Won't Take a Bath Cure, and it's by Betty McDonald. And it has the word I'd like to talk about for I. It's not Indian, but it's icky. How do you feel when you're icky and dirty?
Sticky.
Sticky, and maybe some bugs might crawl on you, or you might feel itchy, maybe a little itchy when you don't, germs are on you. Oh, well, let's read this story. Miss Pig-a-Wiggle lives in our town. She has brown sparkly eyes and brown hair. And she has a dog named Wag and a cat named Lightfoot, and she lives in an upside-down house. All the children love Mrs. Pig-a-Wiggle, and Miss Pig-a-Wiggle loves the children. She's always ready to stop what she's doing and have a tea party or dig for worms. In fact, Mrs. Pig-a-Wiggle naturally understands children, which is why all the parents call Mrs. Pig-a-Wiggle when their children are being difficult. And Mrs. Pig-a-Wiggle always knows exactly what to do to help cure children's bad habits, like not taking a bath, which is what Patsy had. Up until this time, Patsy was just a normal, everyday little girl. But one morning, Patsy's mother filled the bathtub up with nice warm water and called Patsy to come and take her bath. But when Patsy saw the nice warm tub of water, she began to scream and yell and kick and howl like a wild animal. Wow! Naturally, her mother was quite surprised to see her little girl acting so peculiarly. She said, "Now, Patsy, stop this nonsense and jump in the bathtub." But Patsy ran away from the bathroom yelling, "I won't take a bath. I won't ever take a bath. I hate baths. I hate baths." Is she listening to her mommy? No. Patsy's mother let the water out of the tub and went downstairs and called Mrs. Pig-a-Wiggle. "Hello, Mrs. Pig-a-Wiggle. This is Patsy's mother, and I'm having such a hard time this morning. Patsy will not take a bath." And look, she's running through the icky mud. She's really dirty. Mrs. Pig-a-Wiggle said, "Well, I would say the radish cure is the quickest and most long-lasting. All you have to do is buy a package of radish seeds, let Patsy alone, and when she's about half an inch all dirt covered over her, then gently press the seeds and wait and see." So the next morning, Patsy's mother didn't say one single word to Patsy about a bath. So Patsy was sweet and didn't act like a wild animal. And the next day was the same. But look at her. Every day, icky, she's getting ickier. When Sunday came, Patsy was a rather dark, blackish, grayish brown color. Her mother suggested she stay home from Sunday school. Because can she go to church looking like that? No, she's too dirty and icky. At the end of the third week, Patsy skipped out to get the mail, and the mailman, on seeing her straggly, uncombed hair and the layer of dirt on her face, gave a terrified yell and fell off the porch. Ah! Why is he so scared of her? She's all icky and wild and dirty. Patsy's parents decided to keep Patsy inside after that. But Patsy seemed quite happy. Of course, it's hard to tell how she felt because her face was caked with dirt and she couldn't even smile. And she talked like, "I'm Patsy and I'm never going to take a bath." And she had to take little tiny bites of food because she couldn't open her mouth because it had so much dirt all over it. At last, the day was ready when Patsy was ready to plant. That night when she was sleeping, her mother and father tiptoed in her room and pressed little seeds into her forehead, her arms. A couple days later, Patsy woke up one morning, and there on the back of her hands and her arms and on her forehead were green leaves sprouting out. She jumped out of bed and she ran down the stairs where her mother and father were eating. And she said, "Look at my hands! Look at my hands!" Does she like to look icky like that?
No.
Her mother went over to Patsy and took a firm hold of one of the plants and pulled it out. Patsy squealed, "Ah!" At her mother showed her what was growing in her, a little red radish. Wow, that's pretty icky.
I think she's sorting out all of them.
Yes. Patsy said, "No, I want to take a bath." "What did you say, dear?" her mother said. "I want a bath." Patsy's mother said, "I think it better be a shower." And without another word, she went upstairs and turned on the warm water. Even her baby doll needs a bath, too. Patsy was in the shower all day. She used up 2 whole bars of soap. She didn't come out for lunch, but when her father came home for dinner, there was Patsy waiting for him at the door, clean and smiling, and in her hand was a plate of little red radishes. Where did those red radishes come from?
From her
Yeah, all growing in her. Do you like when she looks clean and smiling?
Yeah.
Or do you like when she looks like this? All icky, icky. Yeah, we like when she's clean. How many of you take a bath every day?
Me.
Wash off the icky germs. Good jobs. You guys are so good. Well, I have some pretend icky mud puddles like she was playing in. And we're going to jump over them. And living in these mud puddles, because besides red radishes and plants growing out of mud, I have some eye insects that I'm going to put down. And we're going to describe some of these insects. If I say jump, we're going to be acting out the grasshopper. Or if I say fly, maybe we'll act out the butterfly. And if you're one of the insects, I'd like you to stand next to the puddle, but don't bite anyone till I bang my drum, and then you can jump on them. Okay? And I want to put these around the circle because we're going to jump over the puddles.
Don't touch it. Don't touch it. You're going to get dirty.
We're going to jump over these mud puddles. All right. Can you everyone stand in a circle, but don't stand on the mud puddles, just next to them. And on the sun is going to be all my eye insects. I got a lot of insects. All right, Ken, I have the insect I'd like to do first is a bee. Skylar and Mahina, can you each grab a bee and pick a hole that you'd like to live next to? There. All right. You ready, friends? Jump over the icky mud. Jump. Jump, but don't get him yet. And we're going to act like a bee. Shoo insect, don't bother me. Shoo insect, don't bother me. Shoo insect, don't bother me. Show you what I like to be. Everyone fly. I fly, I fly. I am a bee. I'm black and yellow. I live in a hive. I make honey. And I live in a hive. And I will sting you. Oh, it got Avery and Kaylani. Avery and Kaylani, get the bee and take it back to the insects. And Avery and Kaylani, can you grab a jumping grasshopper, the green grasshopper? Good, and come over here to the hole. And Avery, come over here. You can come sit right where Mahina was sitting, right over here. And jump over the icky mud puddle. Jump, jump, jump over the icky mud puddle. Jump, jump. I is for icky, and I is for insect. Shoo insect, don't bother me. Shoo insect, don't bother me. Shoo insect, don't bother me. Show you what I want to be. I jump, I jump. I am a grasshopper. I live in the grass, and I get an insect. Oh, we got you, Thea. Thank you, friends, for helping me clean up. And then if you could sit in an ABC circle. Actually, you can sit on a cloud. Let's just sit on a cloud. That'll be easier. Because everyone look at well, first I want you to look up here. I want to spell an I word. Everyone tell me what this word is. In. In. So we're going to throw something in. And I have some bean bags. And we're going to see if you can get them inside this bucket. Okay? If it doesn't go in, though, that's all right. Just leave it out because I want to see how many go in and how many go out. So let's have Skylar first. Toss it in the bucket. Got it. Packer. In. Yes. Kaylani, can you toss it in? Ooh, that's okay. Pie, try and toss it in. Yes. Okay, Oakley, can you toss it in? Yes. Michaelia, in. Good try. Mahina, toss it in. Yes. And Avery, try and get it in. Oh, good try. And Thea. Oh, okay, now we're going to see how many made it in. Okay, we see 4. These 4 did not make it in. But all these did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So which one is more, in or out? In wins. Yes, because in is our I word. You may scoot back to your spots now. All right, I have one more short story. At the end of this short story, I'm going to ask you, so be listening, for all the I words that you heard in this story. Once upon a time, there was a boy named Isaac, and he lived with his family. But Isaac always got mad at his family, and he acted like he didn't like his family. And one day he said, "I'm running away." "I'll miss you very much," said his mommy. Isaac packed his suitcase, and he moved to an igloo. Living in an igloo was nice. He could eat ice cream and it never melted. But after a while, Isaac got really cold and his stomach hurt from eating way too much ice cream. Isaac yelled, "Impossible to live in an igloo." Next, Isaac moved to an inn. It had a swimming pool. But that night when Isaac was trying to sleep, he felt something biting at him. Isaac turned on the light and saw millions of insects swarming in his bed. The inn was infested with insects. Isaac yelled, "Impossible to live in an insect-infected inn." So he moved to an itty-bitty house of instruments. It was fun to play instruments all day. Isaac banged the drums, blew the horn. But that night when Isaac was trying to sleep, all he could hear were loud instruments clanging and banging in his ear. It drove him crazy. Isaac yelled, "Impossible to live in an itty-bitty house of instruments." Isaac packed up his bags and went home to his mommy. His mommy was so happy to see him. She hugged him. "There's no place like home," said Isaac. He would never wonder how it was to live in an igloo or an inn or an itty-bitty house of instruments. He was home where he would have everything he needed and he was loved. No insects to bite him and not too much ice cream to hurt his tummy. There'd be no more running away for Isaac. He's home. Did you hear some I words? Isaac, what'd you hear? Insects. What'd you hear, Oakley? Ice cream. What'd you hear? It was very loud when you bang it. Instruments. Pie. Igloo. Ooh, you guys got a lot of them. And I think inn is a place like a hotel, but that's another one. And what is your favorite I word that we can write about today? Just raise your hand. Oakley? Ooh, she said ice cream. So we're going to draw ice cream. It looks like an upside down triangle. Let's put some flavor on that. Maybe a cherry on top. Let's spell ice cream. Everyone say I-C-E-C-R-E-A-M. Ice cream, okay? We have room for another one. What's another one? Igloo. It looks like an upside down rainbow. And here's the door where the chimney, the smoke comes out. And it looks like it has layers of ice. And it's very cold, isn't it? Everyone say I-G-L-O-O. I got room for one more. Can I, Avery? Instruments. That's a long one. Do you want to do insects? Then you could draw butterflies. I think that will be easier for you because instrument is really a long one. If we do insects, you could do a butterfly if you want to. Or what is another favorite insect you guys have? A bee. Maybe you want to draw a bee. Or an ant. Here's our bee with his stinger. Or a centipede. Now we need a short sentence. What can we say about one of these words?
Insects live in an igloo.
Ooh, insects. We'll make it kind of short for you guys if you're going to copy it. Insects are in the igloo. Tell me when to stop when I get to an I word. Stop. Ooh, how many I's did we use? Insects in an igloo. 3. 1, 2, 3. And that means you got to put some insects in your igloo if you're doing that one. You could draw it all infested with insects if you're making that sentence. Let's look at our friends at home and say, bye, friends.